Hello, hi everyone. So here I am standing before the camera along with my camera technician Mustafa Page. Thank you, and I am very interested to start the new topic that is practical oriented questions for 5 marks on this one, accounting for non-profit organization. Dear students, these kind of questions come under the section E. So I'll show you on the board the examples, the questions. Classify the following into capital and revenue. Classify the following into capital and revenue items. So these kind of questions for 5 marks, like this, they will ask the question under the section E, that is last section. So here I am going to solve one example, that is legal charges incurred. Legal charges incurred in connection with the purchase of land. The question B, brokerage paid for raising. Brokerage paid for raising a loan. For the purpose of business. Okay, the point number C, expenses incurred for whitewashing the old building. Point number D, amount spent on repair. To second-hand motor car before it is used. The last point, that is E, periodical repairs and replacement of plant. Dear students, that we have already studied, and you can say that we have already discussed. Either it may be a receipt or it may be a payment. We can classify these two terms into, one is capital, another one is revenue. One is capital, another one is revenue. Dear students, if it is a receipt, so it may be a capital receipt or it may be a revenue receipt. Like this only we can classify this receipt. So if it is payment, here also we can classify these payments into capital payments, or you can say expenditures. Expenditures. Expenses, or you can say expenditures. So if it is the expenditure, so here we can classify this expenditure as capital expenditure or revenue expenditure. So then what exactly the capital receipt or revenue receipt or capital payments or revenue payments? Dear students, that I am going to discuss here, that I have already discussed. Once I am going to repeat it. Incurring or earning. Incurring. If it is an expenses, here we can say it is incurring expenses, or earning income only once, or receiving earning, or you can say receiving only once in a lifetime, that is treated to be capital expenditure or capital receipt. So as I said, so only one time in a lifetime throughout the whole its life, so that is to be treated as the capital. So if it is receipt, that is capital receipt, so that time we can receive only once. So if it is an expenditure, that is capital expenditure, that we have incurred only once. Okay. So in this principle, similarly, revenue receipts means a routine receipt, routine income, regular income, or periodical income or periodical receipt. So for that, for the example, you can say, so daily, so weekly, what you call fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, annually. So like this, periodically receipt is called the revenue receipt. Periodical payment is called the what you call revenue payment. So under this principle, dear students, here the big question, that is for 5 marks question under practical oriented assignment, that comes under section E. The questions like this. So classify the following into capital and revenue items. So they didn't mention whether it is this one receipt or payment. So simply their intention is to know whether this transaction is capital or revenue items. Look here. Legal charges incurred. Legal charges incurred in connection with the purchase of land. As I said, dear students, purchasing of land, it is not regularly that we are purchasing. We are not purchasing daily the land, like our vegetables or our basic needs. We cannot purchase the land regularly. Only once in a lifetime, or whatever it may be, the purchase of land, it is the capital. One time purchasing, so charging the legal charges on that purchasing of land, it is said the capital. Simply they are asking, classify the following into capital and revenue. This kind of expenditure is capital. Why? Because here we have purchased the land, that is one time, or it is the capital expenditure. On that, so we have incurred the legal expenses. The next example, brokerage paid for raising a loan for the purpose of business. Dear students, so every person need a profession or business to run his life. So that is the reason he has interested to start the business. So at that stage, purpose of business starting, see here, brokerage paid for raising a loan. So with the help of loan only we can commence our business. So purpose of conducting the business we need a loan. So that is the reason we have paid brokerage. These are also for one time. So commencing business is a one time. That is not regularly daily we are starting the business. Means we have started at the one time. So whatever we have paid the brokerage on raising the loan, that is also the capital item. See here, expenses incurred for whitewashing the old building. So the term the old building is very important here. You need to concentrate. If it is a new building, it is treated as a capital expenditure, but it is an old building, so every year or every half yearly we need to whitewash it. So whitewashing expenses is regular or revenue. So the term old building is important. So that we are already existing in this building. So that is the reason it is called old building. So every year we are whitewashing it. That expenses incurred is treated as revenue expenditures. So let's next one. Amount spent on, very important, amount spent means expenses incurred on a repair to second-hand motor car before it is used. Dear students, so I am very interested to purchase a motor car. In this situation, I have purchased one motor car, that is second-hand motor car. Second-hand motor car means I have some insufficient faith on this vehicle. So that is the reason. So before using it, I am spending the money. Before using it, that I am spending the money. So our repair charges made on second-hand motor car before it is used is called revenue. Capital expenditure. So if it is regular expenses, it is to be treated as revenue. But it is before using it. That is the reason. So I have treated as a capital expenditure. This is the last example. Look here. Periodical repairs and very important. Need to concentrate. Periodical repairs. Periodical. The term periodical represent revenue. So that is the reason. Periodical repairs and replacement of plant. It is called revenue item. So for the practical oriented questions, that question contains 5 marks. Dear students, you need to just classify whether it is capital or a revenue. So for this, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For your right answer, you will get 5 marks. 100% you are right. Yes, dear students. So let me solve one more example on this classify them following into capital and revenue. Dear students, as you all know, so that we are trying our level best to reach you all with this innovative experience, that is standing before camera. So I am going to write one more example. So that is life membership fees. Look here. Cost of installing, first one, cost of installing lights and fans. Lights and fans. Special subscriptions special subscriptions, received for special purpose, received for special purpose. Laboratory expenses, incurred by the science department of a college. Prizes awarded, the fourth one, prizes awarded to students on the college day, on the college day means college annual day. So match expenses is the last one. Match expenses met out of match fund. So this is the question out of match fund. Dear students, with this here we need to classify these transactions into capital and revenue. So look here, cost of installing lights and fans. Cost of installing lights and fans. So this says somewhat they are installing the lights and fans on a new building. So if they are installing the lights and fans for a new building, so such cost is to be treated as a capital. If it is an old building, it is to be treated as a revenue cost. So now one more, that is special subscriptions. Very important term, that is special subscription. Simply they have mentioned subscriptions received. If they have mentioned subscriptions received, that is to be treated as a revenue. But here they have mentioned the special word, the word special. Special subscriptions received for special purpose. Whatever we have received subscription for special, so we need a special purpose. That amount is to be used for special purpose only. So it is to be treated as a capital. Special purpose subscription is received only one time. That is we need to treat it as a capital receipt. Okay, next. That is third example, laboratory expenses. Especially, so these kind of expenses are very much related to science college. So now laboratory expenses incurred by the science department of a college. So it is revenue expenses. Why? Because so it is very essential and a revenue or recurring in nature. Why? Because so laboratory expenses are very needed periodically, that is to be treated as revenue expenditure. So now that is fourth point, prizes awarded to students on the college day. Prizes awarded to students on the college day. College day comes regularly, so annually. So these kind of expenses are to be treated as a revenue. Why? Because so it is not college day is celebrated only once in a lifetime, so it is to be celebrated every year. For that, so we need to incur these kind of expenses, prizes awarded to the students for the sake of their motivations. So that is to be treated as a revenue item. Why? Because it is a periodical, so expenditures. One more, that is last point, very interesting point, dear students. Look here, match expenses. So match expenses. So non-profit organization here, that is sports club. Match expenses. It is to be match is to be conducted every year. So match expenses, if it is mentioned this much, it is periodical expenses, that is revenue expenditures. But it is met out of match fund for the sake of this kind of expenses. So they have maintained separately one match fund. So out of which we have making payments on this match expenses, that is to be deducted from such fund. So here it is capital, like this. So dear students, so we need to classify these 5 items into capital and revenue. So definitely we will get again 5 marks. So these kind of questions, so you may see during your annual examination under section E, that your question paper contains 5 sections, namely A, B, C, D and E. This is practical oriented assignments, practical oriented questions, POQs, you can say like this. So this section, the name of this section is E. It is one kind of bonus section, not a bogus section. It is one kind of bonus section. So with the help of your experience only you can answer such questions. So one more variety of questions I would like to solve. This is last example for the today's video. So see here. The question is like this. Dear students, I give you tips for this kind of how to answer this kind of questions. So question will be like this. Prepare, look here, prepare receipts and payments account for the year ending, for the year ending with at least 5 imaginary figures. Imaginary figures. So here we need to take our own amounts or values. So while preparing these receipts and payments account, dear students, I will give you one tips of how to answer this question. So the answer for this question is already, it is there in your question paper. So you need to just see the question paper under section D. This is tips, dear students. So under section D, 14 marks question, first question. So 12 marks question. Under this section, the first question, non-profit organizations questions. Under that question, sometimes they will give the receipts and payment account in that question. So that answer you can show here for this question also. So even though here I am prepare this receipts and payment account, so in the imaginary form. How to prepare this receipts and payments account? Receipts and payments account for the year ended 31st/3/2020. Dear students, as you all know, it is a real account. It is just like a cash book. It contains receipts and payments. As I said, it is a real account. We need to write DR and CR. So look here, receipts, amount, payments. So we need to write the items as well as the amounts with our own imagination. Okay. On the receipt side, first one, to balance brought on. Here I am taking the amount with my own imaginary, that is for 10,000. To subscription 5,000. To donations 25,000. To life membership fees, so 15,000. Here I am taking the values or these figures my own imaginary, so that is one more. To sale of old newspapers, sale of old newspapers, I'd like to take 5,000. So few examples for payments by. So what kind of payments? By salary. You can take so 5,000. By rent or printing and stationery, whatever you can take. By rent, so 5,000. By investments purchased during the year, it is shown on the asset side of the final balance sheet. So worth rupees 10,000. So as I said, these figures are from my own imaginary. So one more, if you want, you can take by, that is last one I am going to take here, that is the last item, balance carried down. So that is to be ascertained here, that is the closing cash balance. Look here, the total of the receipts, 60,000. Check it out. 15,000, 40,000, 20,000, 60,000. So 60,000. From 60,000 we have to deduct this 20,000. You will get the closing cash balance of rupees 40,000. So by solving this only, you can get 5 marks under practical oriented assignments for preparing this one, receipts and payment account. So that here I have prepared with my own imaginary. So they have asked here to prepare receipts and payment account for the year ended with at least 5 imaginary figures. So here I have mentioned more than 5 items. You want to have ascertained the closing cash balance. So with this you can get 5 more marks. Dear students, I have tried my level best to solve these kind of questions of practical oriented questions on accounting for non-profit organizations. So hope you understood these examples. So next we will meet on the next video. Thank you very much.